So now I want to spend a few moments explaining the new students section, showing you how it looks. Okay, so we have overall knowledge state and knowledge covered. Remember, these two items together equal the student's grade. So this particular student has a knowledge state of 89, but they've only covered 14% of the material. So they will have a low score. That is because these two are multiplied together to get their score, which comes into Canvas, known as their composite score. So when you see this, so this student only has a 25% knowledge state and 9% knowledge covered. This student has 80%, but only 3% covered. So these are students that are really just getting started. But it's nice how they break it out so you know exactly where they're at this point in time. Okay. Now you can look at the students. State status, that's a new feature. Students can be putting information in there. There are happy through negative, frustrated faces. So pay attention to the state status. If a student says they're frustrated, you might want to use this as an opportunity to reach out to them and say, what's frustrating you? What's going on? And if they're the student that has only completed 3% of the material and yet has done very well, you just may need to spur them to recognize that they need to move forward. Additionally, the colors have changed. The mastery bands have now become full circles, so they actually make it a little bit easier for everyone to see exactly where they lie. So if a student is ever questioning this, they see this as well. They see what their mastery bands are. They see where they fall, and that will help them understand as well. They need to understand that it's not just the level of knowledge state, though, it's the knowledge covered. So it is these two components together that equal their composite score. So hopefully that helps you understand exactly how it comes together as well. What they get in a knowledge state is their mastery of the subject matter. The knowledge covered is how much of all the material in the learning map have they gone over. So let's take a look at some of the other features. So we can look at the weaker students. Okay, so we have this student. Who's our stronger student? Who's lagging behind? These are students who have done no work. This is a great opportunity to say, Jessica, Helen, you need to get started because to move forward with your assignment and discussion this week, you really need to work through the material in Knowledge Path. Who's working ahead? So we have Erica, and she's happy. So again, someone who hasn't started, these are the same two students, and this would also show any students who had completed. So it's a nice way to really check in, see what's going on with the students in your class. So also here on the Students tab, once you're working within the actual Students section, you will see this More Actions. So you can actually provide some interventions right within the student section. So you can tell them to practice something, to verify knowledge, or you can record an intervention. Interventions often can be when you instruct a student to do something that will assist them. Reach out for tutoring. When you provide further class instruction. This is something that lives within the student, so you always have that opportunity to click on the More. So let's say the whole class is struggling with something. Maybe you want to do an intervention where you realize some part of the content just really isn't helping the students and you want to give them a YouTube video or something of that nature, something that will really help them understand the content. Well, you can record this for the whole class. So that's a great thing. It gives you that opportunity to put the instructions here, whatever it is that you want to provide to the students, and that way it'll go to the whole class. Remember, that's the whole grouping. So if you're offering personal tutoring to everyone or further class instructions, people are reaching out and saying they're struggling with something and you have a great resource that would help them, this is the place where you could do that, and that's again for the whole class. So you always have when you see 3 dots, it means more, and that allows you to do more for 5 students or more for each student. So you could approach that in the individual basis or holistically to the whole class.